Scenes from a Donald Trump pep rally. I actually ran a pep rally back when I was in high school. It's, football, senior year, captain football team. We had a pep rally for homecoming. Again, I remember it like it was yesterday. We were playing Bethlehem High School. They had orange helmets, kind of looked like Syracuse University. We called them the Pumpkin Heads, and the biggest lineman on our team. And before coming out to the gym at all those schools there, he smashed a pumpkin on his head, but I made sure to carve it up so he wouldn't hurt himself. Anyway, neither here nor there. Tuesday night, it's supposed to be, was marketed as a town hall on Fox News, but it wasn't. It was a Donald Trump pep rally hosted by Laura Ingraham. And I got about halfway through it, and then I decided I didn't want to waste any more of my time. I'm sorry. I don't care what side you're in, what party, what candidate you support. We have to come together in the sense that our media just sucks right now. Left, right. It's not supposed to be left, right. They're not supposed to be picking and choosing winners and losers. They are supposed to be holding truth to power. Great scene. And one of my favorites there, Almost Famous. Fantastic movie, Almost Famous. It's when the young rock journalist is talking with the seasoned rock journalist, and he's explaining to him that they're going to ply him with women and drugs and alcohol and parties. And basically, you got to understand that they are the enemy. They are the enemy. You're covering them. And if you watched that town hall, that's what they called it, on Fox News, Donald Trump wasn't put out there as the enemy. He wasn't asked any difficult questions. He wasn't asked any follow-up questions. Whatever, BS came out of his mouth, and there was a lot of it, it wasn't challenged. Nothing was challenged. How does that make our society better in any way, shape, matter, or form? Even if you're a Trump supporter, how does that make Trump a better candidate if he's not challenged by the media? It's awful. It really is. And that's the position we're in right now. Again, I go back and the entire scenario. When I first went to visit Greece was back in the 1990s, and again, very different country then than now. I can't tell you, the strides that they've made. There was, television, various different stations. It wasn't a lot that was on TV, but every political party had their own station and spun the news their way. And I remember saying, this is terrible. This is awful. And not thinking that could ever really happen in the United States, but it has. It has. This is not good for the country at all. Ron DeSantis came out and talked, did a call with supporters and talked about his concerns when it came to Donald Trump, and of course, was blowback from the Trump camp there, and he went after the media, and he's right. He's right. He talked about concerns about who Trump would surround himself if he wins another term this fall. I think that how he staffs the White House, how he staffs the administration will be really, really significant. I think he's likely going to find people that are going to be more kind of yes men rather than folks that are going to be pushing back. And then talked about the media. This conservative media would provide no checks and balances on Trump. And I quote, "I think they have made the decision that their business model just doesn't work if they offer any criticism of Trump. I don't see the accountability being in place right now for the balance of this campaign. And then if he's able to win, to go into the White House and actually implement some of these policies." I mean, he said at some point he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose a vote. Well, I think he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and the conservative media wouldn't even report on it. And is DeSantis wrong? I don't believe so. I don't. I don't understand how Fox News is actually serving the United States when they cover candidates like this. There's nothing wrong with being an equal opportunity basher, being someone that's going to go after both sides. Now, look at where we've the position we've put ourselves in at this point in time. I mean, there was an entire bit going on there when Trump was talking about tariffs and how great his tariffs were. He made the statement during this time. And again, you get all the mind numb robots. I'm sorry, people. You're not very bright. Like seals there. I mean, Trump actually made a statement. He didn't think that we would actually be here if he didn't put tariffs on China. See, anybody who's thoughtful, that type of BS, that type of BS would bother you. Now, again, I full disclosure story here. I don't care. I got to give you my Laura Ingraham at Fox News bit. I find it's very hard for me to watch Laura Ingraham. It is. Again, people get upset. Oh, hi, man, it's Laura. It's great. Okay. Laura Ingraham and I and others, Michael Savage and the late Jerry Doyle, we were all on the same radio network for a very long period of time. That is no longer. And that network, again, I a lot of friends that work there. Again, because I was actually nice to the people that work there. See, what my producer that does my daily show used to be at the network as well until he couldn't stand it anymore. Laura Ingraham was so awful to the workers at that. They actually kept tapes of the way that she used to speak and berate people during breaks or when, there would something might go wrong or wasn't to her liking. I remember she wanted to run for office. This was years ago. And I think one of the reasons why she didn't was because those tapes are out there. I know who's got them. But anyway, another classic example. We're going to Laura Ingraham story. We're going to the Republican convention. I just done Hell Week at the Democratic convention in Denver. We're in Minnesota. And they have the radio rows that are set up there. And they have various different college kids, staffers, interning, helping out, running lines, setting things up, helping people out. And Laura Ingraham is setting up her little area there. And her printer wasn't functioning. And I watched her, rated X type of language, ripping into this young girl, berating her about the printer that they provided her and her staff. It was awful, completely uncalled for. And she ran away. Then I went over to console this young lady. And she's like, it's not our printers. It's hers. It's her. It's the stuff that she sent that's not working. And again, this bit of a life lesson. Okay. And, always watch how people treat others or treat others that they believe are beneath their stature or their status. Tells you a lot. Tells you a lot about the type of human being they are. The personas that you see and you watch with these media types on TV, let's just say it's not reality. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.